Hello, this is December 2nd, 2010. So originally in perception and psychology. I'm doing my research and topic on Gestalt principles and perception. So some questions for Gestalt principles. One is how and why do we perceive images to be organized into objects? And second is how do we consider some images to be perceived as a figure or a background? Next up we have Gestalt psychology and perception. The Gestalt psychologists believe perceiving objects as a whole differs from perceiving the sum of its parts. Gestalt psychologists also focus on determining principles to explain how small elements become grouped into a whole. They created laws and principles to explain how we group images together. And that is Gestalt psychology. These are the Gestalt laws, from law of simplicity, law of similarity, law of good continuation, law of proximity, law of common fate, and law of familiarity. And next I'll show you some examples of all of these laws. Over here we kind of see a triangle, but it's not fully connected. But due to the law of simplicity, every stimulus pattern is seen in such a way that the structure is, we see the structure as simple as possible. Next up is the law of similarity. Similar things appear to be grouped together. This one is the law of good continuation. It shows that points that, when connected, result in straight or smoothly curving lines are seen as belonging together, and the lines tend to be seen as such as way as to follow the smoothest path. So as you can see here, this continuation showing like its own path there. Now, law of proximity. These are things that are near each other and they appear to be grouped together. Now, the law of common fate. These things that are moving in the same direction appear to be grouped together. Now, the law of familiarity says that things are more likely to form groups if the groups appear familiar or meaningful. So over here we have a triangle, a square, and kind of another rectangle there. Grouping all these things together, we kind of see a house, the roof, the home, and the door. Lastly, we'll be talking about Gestalt principles. Gestalt principles of perception. We ask, how do they explain how we not only sometimes perceive strange things, your senses bring the outside world into your brain, but what do you perceive? How does your brain make sense of the signals coming to it from your eyes and ears and the rest of your body? And what happens when your brain gets a little confused and you wind up seeing things that aren't quite there? Well, we are programmed to see shapes. We are wired to notice patterns. Talk about correlations that don't make sense. We see cause and effect. We try to make sense of things in order to survive. Seeing patterns around us helps to organize the chaos of the world. Gestalt psychologists believe in an active mind. Our minds are very active and we process everything around us. We have principles of why we see what we see. Thank you.